Here we go, you guys. All right, so this is, my gosh, I can't believe we're in January already. Oh. Anyway, here we are, 2026, and we're cruising through. This is the second lesson in what I'm calling fingerpicking fundamentals, where I've pulled back on doing a lot of repertoire work and just working on some fundamentals of different fingerpicking patterns. A lot of it echoes the 120 studies from Mauro Giuliani, which I wrote out, transcribed, and arranged for ukulele. I did it, all 120 little fingerpicking exercises. But before I put that on my website, I'm going to go through and make sure that they're written out properly. All 120. Play. So a review from last week, in case you're like, oh, okay, what was Tina talking about last week? Things I was talking about, making sure that your thumb's up when you're doing your picking. Okay, so by that, I'm just going to stand up and get good and close, okay? If you can keep your thumb sitting past your fingers, that's a good thing, because then your thumb can move like that rather than move like that using a smaller portion of the thumb, right? It'll allow you to have strength this way and strength this way. Right? So let's just do that right now. Let's just get on that full plant where you've got a finger assigned to each string. Okay? Let's just sit there like that for a minute. And then when I do the full plant, it's just training those fingers, right? We wouldn't use this necessarily, like I was saying last time, we wouldn't use this in a song like this because it's pretty clunky, but it's just to get us moving a little bit. Now, I'm not one to be all like, did you do your homework? Did you write down your homework? But last week, for those that were there, I had that little worksheet for you to write down fingerpicking patterns. And if you found one that you liked, that's awesome. I've got different chords for us to use this week that you may want to use with those patterns. If you found some chord shapes that you liked and you're like, oh gosh, I don't know, I'm going to sit down while I talk here. If you're like, oh, I don't know what these chords are called, or I want to play it for Tina, but I don't want to play it in front of the group, send me a video or just record yourself playing. Doesn't even have to be a video, just some music. Send it to me. You can email it to me. If you're connected with me on Facebook, do it there, or Instagram, whatever. I'd love to hear. Absolutely love to hear it. Now, what I want us to do is tuck into this. We've just done the full plant review, but I want us to do this. We're going to take a look at these Canon chords. So we're going to do a pinch on string 1 and string 4. My fingers feel pretty awesome today, so I'm using my ring finger on the first string, thumb on that fourth. So I'm pinching 4 and 1, and then plucking 3, 2, 1. Pinch, 3, 2, 1. Pinch, 3, 2, 1. I'll do it one more time. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play different voicings of chords from the Canon, which, is Pachelbel's Canon in D, but I've got it arranged here in C. So now, I'm just going to pull that zipper down, getting warm. There we go. All right, I'm going to play with these new chords from this week. So we've got this voicing of your C chord. This voicing of your G chord, and I've got them written out on the sheet for today, and I'll share it. That's G with an asterisk next to it. And then there's my special A minor that I love so much with the 3rd fret. And your regular E minor with the 4th string open. Whoops. The F. C. And this is why I went down this rabbit hole. I was like, I gotta write out the whole canon now for you guys in a bunch of different ways. And then I stopped and thought, just behave yourself, Tina. Behaving myself is not something I normally do, I have to say. When you're done playing this, I would do a strum on your C. Now I'm going to just pull up the screen for this. So I'm just looking at the top here. We've got the 4-string picking review from last week. So that's, we're going to still be sitting in 4 beats per bar for a while. The top of this page, we've got these chords here, just so you can look at it and be like, oh, okay, if you're not sure about reading those chords like that, we've got the, it's just like reading a chord chart. So the 4th string open is highlighted, 3rd string open, 2nd string, and then the 7th fret on the 1st string is what we've got there for that voicing of the C chord. There are so many C chords. There are so many of any chord on your ukulele. Play around with it for a minute. See how you feel. And if you have questions, you can either unmute yourself and ask a question, or you can send me a chat. Whichever way is just tickety-boo. I'm just going to give you a minute there, and then I'm going to play through it again with you. Oh yeah, look at you guys. Nice. And if you say to yourself, I don't know, this might not be hard enough for me, may I suggest, if you want to level it up, then try playing with different tones, closer to your neck, or closer to your bridge, or try emphasizing one note. I like to emphasize the 1st string because that's where the melody comes out. All right, guys, I'm going to join you now. Here we go. Not too fast, just take our time. 1, 2, ready, go. Picking on that C. Now down to that G. A minor. Here comes E minor. That's a hard change from those 2 chords. Here comes C. F again. And G. Now I have a tip for you guys. Let's do it one more time, but go back to that C and see if on that 7th fret there at the top, can you put your pinky on that? If your hand's comfortable, use your pinky finger there, because then all you have to do is slide down with your pinky, and that will allow you to get that 5th fret first on that G, and then you can lay your middle and index fingers after that, because with this picking pattern, the 2 strings you want to have ready to go are strings 4 and 1. So if you have those ready, those inside strings, you can lay them down at your convenience. I'll demonstrate, okay? I'll stop sharing for just a second. Okay, watch this. So here I am, plucking these 2. So I'm just laying those outside ones first. And I lead with that baby finger here. And I carried it down here just to see how it would feel. That was all right. Kind of gave me a chance to go like that. Tuck and roll a little bit to get to that E minor. Okay, I'm going to share that again here. So, ideas to think about when you're doing this. So we're working on the 4 and 1 together, right? Those two strings that pinch, and then plucking strings 3, 2, 1. Take your time. Be mindful of fingering. That'll make your life a little easier. Okay, let's try that again. We'll run through it twice, and then at the end of the second run through, we'll just do a strum with the C chord. 1, 2, ready, go. On your C up on the 7th fret, I'm just going to hang on for a second, make sure everyone's ready. C on the 7th fret. Okay, good. Here we go. Pinch, 3, 2, 1. Drag your finger down to the 5th fret. Pinch. Now A minor. Pinch, 3, 2, 1. Get that E minor. It feels different thinking about laying down strings 4 and 1. Like making sure those guys are ready right away. Regular C chord, good. Back to F. Nice. And G. Okay, back up there with your pinky if you can. And that's C. Okay, let's go down to that G, and I'm just going to wait and make sure everyone's comfortable on the G with the frets 0, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, so you're going to pinch strings 4 and 1, and then good. Yeah. Okay, let's do that G chord one more time. So I'm looking just right there. I just want to make sure everyone's comfortable with it. Okay? Because it's a nice sounding chord. Get those fingers down and let's play that one more time. Here we go, right on the G. Ready, go, pinch, and then, yeah, right on. Okay, now to that fancy A minor. Nice. E minor. Cool. Okay, here comes that F. Here comes a C. And back to F. And G. And give it a strum on that C. Something to think about too, when you're doing this, I know I've said before, make sure that you commit to your strum down when you're doing this sort of music, and I didn't that first time, so that's why I strummed again. What I did the first time was I went like this, kind of drug my hand along, starting on this sort of tone and bringing it down. I don't know if you guys, Catherine, I'm not sure if you've tried this before, but get your thumb going like that, and strum straight down. Totally commit with that tone. Ah. It's so surprising that just that little movement, the different sound you get and how full it can become. Oh my gosh. To celebrate that amazing sound from our beautiful instruments, I must have a sip of coffee. All right, so the things that I want you to work on with the Canon is, okay, so now like you're ready to play at a wedding or something, right? Because you're working on the chord progression for the Canon. Wow. But try to emphasize the first beat. It feels weird at first, but it's nice to bring out that first string if you can. If you don't feel ready to do a pinch there on strings 4 and 1, then just do 1, 3, 2, 1. Work on that, okay? Thinking about positioning your picking hand to make life a little bit easier is worthwhile. So there, there, and there. And I know I didn't fill in that G chord, but I'm thinking about this. Oops. Right? And just lay down those fingers as you need them. It's become so relaxing to play. It's so nice, you know, and use it as a bit of a meditative feeling, you know. This doesn't have to be killer hard, but it's nice to have slightly different chords to use. My plan is to work on the Canon in its entirety with you guys, just not right now, because I gotta stay focused on my purpose for the next month. Okay, so we got the Canon idea. Big thing is being mindful. Lay down your fingers as you need them in order to make your picking become more fluid. Let your left hand or fretting hand support your picking hand. Now I did a thing, you'll see at the bottom of the screen, I did all sorts of things. I was like, well, let's do some blues for some other picking patterns. And then I thought, okay, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? Oh my gosh, my head, let me tell you, I have all sorts of ideas that I keep going with. But for the second part of today, what I want us to work on is plucking just 3 strings. Okay, so we're going to ignore the ring finger now. We're just going to use these guys. And we're going to ignore the 4th string. So I want you to just do this for a little bit. Get the feel of that thumb sitting there. Okay. And the picking that we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of plucks and then a 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2. So it's going to be pluck, pluck, 3, 1, 2. I use this a lot. It's like kind of split the picking patterns that I use. I guess it's compound picking pattern. So I do a couple of plucks. It's super fun. You just got to take your time with it first. So pluck, pluck, 3, 1, 2. You can swing it or not. I'm going to keep it just simple. Okay, now I'm going to play that little blues song that I've got there. It's yeah, just a nifty little chord progression. Again, I moved it all over the place before I decided where I wanted it to sit. I'll play through it slow, and then I'll play through it fast, and then I'll share the screen. See how my thumb is sitting above those fingers? So it's not like that, not in the way. We'll talk about options too. For chords and stuff. Now I'm just going to do a little thing. Watch this. I just added stuff. I did chord sit-ups. So we'll start with it simple, and then we'll fiddle around with it a little bit, and you can decide how far you want to go, because again, the primary purpose is to give you some different picking patterns here. But, you know, you also want to keep yourself, keep your brain entertained too. And these, what I'm trying to do while I'm working on this transcribing Giuliani's 120 studies for the guitar is coming up with exercises that speak to a lot of the fingerpicking exercises he has in there, and make them not all classical. So I think I could find a lot of blues tunes, I think, that we could use for that. Boy, did I ever give myself homework with that, but I'm doing good with it, I think. All right, so here is this, oopsie. Here is this little tune. It's based on a Robert Johnson tune. I don't remember the name of the Robert Johnson tune right now. So part of the thing that I wanted to do for this month is try really hard to not have anything written in tab. Just keep it as simple can be. So that's why I've got it written out like this. So I've got these chords written here, the C7. Now I know there's other C7 chords, and I'm trying to keep it just for 3 strings so that we work on some 3-string picking patterns. And you can play around with these. You can give yourself different C7 chords if you've got ones up the fretboard that you want to play, whatever, you know. So I've got it written as 4 C quality chords in a row, right? 3 C7s and then a C here. You could do a C7 there again, right? Optional, pick the frets. Now, picking those frets that I'm talking about, those are all on string 1, 3, 3, 2, 1. And then I've got the note names written next to them. C, C, B, B flat. So that's, yeah, just all on string 1. This F7 chord shape, playing it as a 3-string chord makes it a movable chord shape. And this is just like that G7 with the splits that we've done before, which is also in this song on the 3rd line. So this shape, you may enjoy playing around with it. The note, the 1st fret note right there, is F. So if you decide to move around with that and experiment with it, use the 2nd string. The note names on the 2nd string is your guide for finding different chords in that shape. So by that, I mean, I'll play that, the 3-1-3 there, that F7 shape. Okay. If I move it, if I slide it all up 1 fret, so the frets are then 4-2-4, right here, from 3-1-3 to 4-2-4, it becomes an F sharp 7. And then if I move it up again, we land on this G7 down here, where the frets are 5-3-5. And it's all based on where your index finger is sitting, because your index finger is on that 2nd string. So whatever note is under your index finger is the name of that chord. The optional rundown that I have here at the end there, speaks to that, because you've got that same thing. It's just a movable chord. That might take it further than you want to do right now, and that's okay. Okay, so let's get on the C7. We'll just backtrack up here to the top of the line, and we'll make our C7, and we're going to pluck strings 3, 2, and 1. We're just going to use our thumb, index, and middle fingers. So thumb's sitting there on the 3rd string. And we're going to go pluck, pluck, and then picking 3, 1, 2. Strings 3, 1, 2. So pluck, pluck, and then pick strings 3, 1, 2. Yeah, nice. I'm just sitting on that C7 right now and just feeling it. Okay. Let's try out that F7. We'll just go down to that 2nd line. Try that one. So you're on the 3-1-3. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute so you guys can watch my hands while I do this. All right, here I am on the C7. I'll back up here. So I've got this. when I go to the F7, I've got that, get my middle finger out of the way, the 3-1-3. Back to C7. And as I hit that, I move up. And I do my G7 with the splits, 5-3-5. I just play that one time through. Slide down to F7. To C7. And let's go back to that F7 with the splits for a little turnaround, and we'll just pluck it 4 times. And here we go again on the C7. Let's play through it 3 more times. Here comes F7. Everyone on it? Okay. And again. Back to C7. Ready? Yeah, right on. G7 with a split. Okay, we're there. Here we go. F7. C7. Now this time what we're going to do is we're going to make that G7 and slide it up, up. So now we're on fret 7, 5, 7, right? On the dots there. There's your A7, and we're going to walk it down. We're going to go like this. Oh yeah. The picking you wind up doing with that is really limited by your imagination. But for now, if you just focus on plucking. And if you say to yourself, okay, well, how is this helping my finger picking? Right there. The plucking, what you may want to do make sure each string is ringing out clearly. And if you say to yourself, well, I don't think I can even be heard above a crowd, let me show you a tip. Okay, and I think I've talked with you guys about this before, but I know it's been a while. Push the strings down. Look at that. Push, and then you're going to still pluck. It's hard for me to do it in slow motion, but you push and pluck. And that's going to give the strings a bit more bounce. And if you work on that technique, just pushing down the strings before you pluck, oh my gosh, the sound starts to ring out more and more. It's really a cool thing. And if you're like, okay, well, let me just practice it here. Do it like that. And put a little bit more strength into your fingers, like pluck a little harder. Now, I know it looks like I'm grabbing real hard because of the angle. Well, I am kind of grabbing hard, I guess. Pushing down. Get all that action ready in the strings, and then let go. To further that, what you can do is practice quiet. Be loud and quiet. Your finger strength, you will be surprised at how good that is for you. You might be like, oh, I don't know. I'll play a creepy sounding chord then while you're watching a horror show. No, I like that one. There we go. Diminished seventh. Do it quiet. You'll work your finger strength like you wouldn't believe. And people will love to sit there and listen to you play the same chord for half an hour. They won't be bothered by that at all. Maybe. My family's just used to that, I think. Like, oh, there goes Tina again, practicing her finger strength. I just put on my classical nails last night, and I thought I was going to rip one off. This one right here, I just about peeled it right off. I was plucking so hard. I don't just pluck with the nails, right? But the finish with the nails, I'm going to have to take it a little bit easier and then add some more glue to that nail. It's a good pressure test for it. All right, so when you're playing that 3-string picking pattern, use it on any chords you want. Like I just lined it up like that because our 3rd string open is a C. Therefore, it's got a nice kind of sound. It anchors it. Let me show you that kind of split I did between the C chord and the C7 to give you an idea about what you could do with the song too. I plucked on the C. And then I did that 3-1-2 pick on the C7. Pluck on the C. Go to the C7 and go 3-1-2. And you're just going like that. But it feels weird at first, right? Like kind of splitting that. So pluck, pluck, 3-1-2. Let's do it 2 more times. One more. I want you to do this now. Pluck your C twice. C major 7. C7. That's that optional part where you can pick frets 3, 3, 2, 1. So just try that again. So again, I'm just plucking still. So 3, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay, now for that first line, we got this. And it really pushes you to that F7 at this point. I can feel when my thumb is not sitting nice. I can feel it get in the way of that index finger. I don't know if you guys have felt that at all when you're working on your picking. Yeah. Just because I say that I try really hard to avoid that and keep the thumb up, doesn't mean it always works, right? We're all only just doing what we do, right? So there we go. I just got that back on there so we can look at that again. It's interesting though, isn't it? You know, it's all sorts of different things can get my thumb shifted. Usually it's the angle of the instrument. Like I sit a little bit funny when I'm teaching online so that I can keep my back comfy and still show the instrument. So sometimes that'll get my thumb in the wrong position. All right, let's try playing through this again. Okay, so you can stay on that C7 the whole time if you want. Pluck, pluck, 3-1-2, or maybe you like to pluck on the C and then play the 3-1-2 pattern on the C7. You decide what you want to do. Okay, I'll just run through the main thing that I've got here. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go on C7. Pluck, pluck, 3-1-2. One more time there. I'm just going to play the C the way it's written here. F7 now. One more F7. Back to C7. Pluck, pluck, 3-1-2. Pluck, pluck, 3-1-2. Okay, up to G7. I'll wait for folks to get up there. G7 with the splits. Okay, here we go. Pluck, pluck, 3-1-2. Slide your fingers down to that F7 because it's the same position. Yeah, right on. C7. And for that G7, you guys don't have to play that high up G7, by the way. You can play a G7 you're more familiar with. Doesn't matter to me. Here we go, G7. I'm just going to pluck it 4 times. 1, 2, ready to the beginning. C7. This time, when I get to the C, I'm going to pluck the 3, 3, 2, 1. Ready with me? 3, 3, 2, 1, and that's right here where I'm plucking those frets on that first string. So I'm making the C, C, C major 7, C7, so fancy. All right, here we go. I'm going to hit those frets. 3, 3, 2, 1, line 2, here we go. C7. I'm going to play my normal G7 this time. Here comes my F7. C7. G7. And let's just hit a strum on the C. I don't have that C strum written in at the end, but you know, that would be an easy way to end it with just the C chord. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I just want you to watch the chords while I play. And I'm going to, yeah, just rest your brains and your fingers a little bit. And I can't play super hard now because I just about popped that nail off. So I'm going to be very chill. What I am going to do is play through it twice. First time, I'm just going to play with the main stuff that's written. Okay? Like all this, like I'm just going to hit the C. I'm not going to strum all those frets from the first string or anything. Second time, I'm going to try to add in that rocking back and forth between the C and the C7. So I pluck on the C and then do the string picking of 3, 1, 2 on the C7. You might hear me do my G7 as the 5, 3, 5 the first time, and then my standard G7 shape the second time. Okay. Yeah. This way you can see what you can do with it, you know. And again, without worrying about looking at tab, we're just looking at those chords. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, here I go. Back my C7. G7 there. C7. Now I'm rocking there between those two chords. C, C, C7. F7 next line. Regular G7. I'm going to tell you guys what I did with that F7 because there was a different sound. I don't know if you noticed it. You may not have as I was going through the chords, but what I did was the 3 there, I took that off and I just played with that string open. Because I thought, oh, I wonder, you know, can I do like a... So I just wanted it to make it sound kind of like the C chord is what I did there. So if you heard a different sound there, that's what I did. Often I would say, like, once you've got your picking hand comfortable with these chords, I really encourage you to experiment. Put a finger down, lift a finger up, see what it sounds like, make your own tune, you know. So think a lot about that. Once your picking hand is comfortable, once you've got the feel of this exercise, make it your own, you know? Play around with the chords the way you want to. You can do all sorts of stuff with them. Oh my gosh, there's so much you could do. Okay, I'm just going to show you this other thing. Now, this isn't really the picking pattern stuff. This is just the have a great old time kind of thing. All right, let me get comfy. Okay, there we go. All right. See, I'm just taking off I'm playing frets 3, 1, and open. Once you got this hand rolling so that you don't even have to think about it, play around with this one. Like if you can sit and talk while you're doing this, you're golden. I think that's why, like a lot of the times I'll sit. That's why guitarists noodle. That's why guitarists noodle all the time while they're talking, is they're just trying to make sure that everything's good. So we as ukulelists can noodle constantly too, because we're just making sure that we've got our picking patterns down. It's good for us and good for everyone else to listen to us too. So anyway, that's all I was thinking about there, is that this sort of thing can lead to different ways to improvise comfortably around these chords. You get that picking pattern going. You can just mess around with that, like have one note or one fret being pressed down for the pluck pluck, and have a different position happening there on that first string for the picking of the 3, 1, 2. Then away you go. Let's I'll call out the chords as we go. Let's just try running through the C7 chords. I'll stay on I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to share the screen again. You sure can see the wheels turning in my face when I'm cooking this stuff up, eh? Oh, I'm going to just strum. I'm going to strum, do down, 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 up, down. I want you guys to just play around a little bit with your picking. See what feels comfortable, or strum with me if you want, okay? Here we go. Pick or strum. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here we're going to C7. Hit my C there. F7. C7. And you could pick right over top this. G7. F7, C7, G7, back to the top, C7. So you might find some different notes you want to finger pick while I'm doing this. F7. C7. G7. F7. C7. G7. And let's just hit a strum there. Well, it sounded kind of classical-y there. You can play around, like strum the chords. You don't have to limit yourself to 3-string chords when you're strumming them too. I did that for a purpose of really working those that picking between the thumb and the index and middle. But playing around with the chords like this can be a really good way for you to figure out different different picking patterns or sounds that you like. Now, did you guys notice anything, or do you have any questions about this sheet? I'll scroll up so we can see the two, the classical canon and then the little bluesy thing. No, everyone's silent. Okay then. Well, this is good. What I'm hoping, I'll just stop sharing this here. What I'm hoping will happen is you'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I can pluck that. I can pick this. Maybe you'll sit there. I mean, really, I'm always talking about, oh, take it to a group, but maybe you'll be playing some sort of little 12-bar blues pattern, and you're like, pluck, pluck, pick, 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 pluck, pluck, pick, pick, pick. It's a pretty fun thing to do. And maybe you'll be able to try it in a group or show it to people that you play with, right? Because then what better way to find out if you know something than by having to show it to someone else? And you can use it on any chords, it doesn't matter. I'm going to try it in the Canon chords. Oh, I like it. A lot. And I kept those Canon chords as just a 3-string chord. I think, except, did I do anything different with the A minor? A minor. No. Just kept it as a 3-stringer. So you could argue then that what I played there was a C chord. Depends on who's doing what with their other instruments, because you could pick the Canon chords like that and have other people strum it. So pretty and kind of swingy. So play around with these chords, play around, see what you can come up with for chord progressions that you like, or apply it to songs that you play that you think might work well with. Basically, if it's a song where the strum pattern is down, 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 up, down, you can do one or the other, right? Or any song that's kind of laid back in 4/4 would be perfect for this too, right? Or you just play around. Again, make a chord that you like and lift up a finger or put down a finger or shift a finger until you get a sound that entertains you. Oh, I think there's a few people just cruising around there. That's awesome. So I know what I've got cooking on my face here. It's cat fluff, because I had my old boy Asgard was laying on me while I was working on the computer. I put the chair back and had to lean way forward to work on the computer while he was laying right there on my chest, purring and nuzzling me. And yes, I can feel the cat fluff has taken me over. So I'm gonna go glue my nail back on and get the fluff off my face. So I'm gonna stop recording now.